I'm putting on my boot. Oh shit, something in my boot. Oh, it's my native headband. Oh, you fucking feathered freaks. You freaking feathered fucks. Fuck you. Fuck you and your feathers. I want them. I'm going to piss, and no one is going to stop me. Try it. Try it. Try to stop me from peeing, you stupid fucking bird. Fuck you and your feathers. Fuck you. Fuck you and your feathers. It's a Scorpio moon. You know what that means? It means I'm emboldened. I'm emboldened, you fucks. I knew it was a Scorpio moon because I was trying to get freaky in my tent. Bitch. I woke up with urges, bitch. I knew it was a Scorpio moon. Usually I'm like, why would it stop? But today I was like, I should probably get a girlfriend. Why are the clouds moving so fast? Look, that doesn't look real, does it? You can't tell me. That don't look real. And look, it looks like a fucking shape. It looks like a ghost is creeping up on me. It looks like Bart Simpson as a spectral spirit. And now it looks like a Dorito. Or Africa. Why is this moving? Like, that doesn't look real, man. That looks like that's an eye. That cloud is turned into the shape of an eye. And it's looming down at me. There's a bug right to left. There's no bugs. It's below freezing. What the fuck was that bug doing just flying right to left right in front of the camera? Like, this shit is not real. There's no wind at all. Look. There's no wind at all. Yet these ships are moving so fucking quickly. That's a ship right there. You can't tell me that's not a ship right there. Look how fucking fast it's moving. And then you look at the clouds over there, and they're not moving at all. You can't fool me, bitch. I know, okay? I have eyes to see. I'll have you know, I haven't smoked a cigarette in a couple days, maybe. What day is it? Where am I? I don't remember. But you know what? Don't I look like better? I look a little more like an alien. But you know what? That's how it's supposed to be, guys. So I'm walking down the street. I'm just kidding. I'm actually in the woods. But I cleared out this place with a shovel. Let me show you what I shoveled, man. I'm just going to leave my pants undone and falling out. I'm just going to leave my ass out today. That's how I feel. I feel a bit cold. Actually, I don't. You know what I feel? Healthier. You know why? One, I had to get my pizza. Once I had my pizza, I laid in my sleeping bag. Fuck you, Vicky. I'll kill you. Please just die. The world would be better if you left. Get away from me. You know what it is? I gotta get rid of this. This demonic attachment. That's how they stay attached to me. That's why Satanists have to get neck tattoos. It attaches to my neck tattoo. But yeah, I'd lay in the tent and I'll start, because I don't have to work anytime soon. I'm not really hungry. I'm not starving. I have plenty of drinks that taste good for that stimulation, and I'm not drinking an excess of them because I have to make them thaw. So I'm delaying my gratification. I have charge and I have an abundance of power on my portable battery, so I don't have to, like, anytime soon really leave and go. So I'm out of survival a little bit, but I'm still in the woods. And it's just a Sagittarius Scorpio moon, so the position of the universe is different, which just aligns well that I was able to get into alignment easier, and the crows aren't hurting me that much, and I was able to get to sleep and dream. Plus, I've been processing all the garbage from the cigarettes. my boss is pretty heavy smoker. I don't know if it was, it just felt like things would go, when you are trapped with smokers, it's just, things tend to go better when you smoke, I guess. So I picked up more cigarettes, and then I kind of liked how it felt, so I did it for a couple weeks. So now I'm on the backlog of that. What the fuck is this? Is this a piece of wood? Yeah. That's a giant ass turd. But I'm officially like, I think 2 days now without a pack of cigarettes. So I'm processing all the shit, all the garbage. I'm like coughing it out. I'm sweating it out. All the toxins in my body. Because I'm eating healthier. I'm in a fasted state for most of the day. And I don't have the challenges of people that are extremely trapped in their addictions, their bad habits, their being roped in with their home ownership to the false light, the fake world outside of nature, the internet, and relationships that are still trapped in the matrix and not awake. I have a better, greater connection to the outside world. So in this like Scorpio moon, I've been able to get back a little bit into my body. Which means very soon I might be able to start hitting the notes again. I might be able to start living in spirit the way that I used to. Where I was like a floating god through the cosmos and my body was just like a temporary hindrance on the work my consciousness was doing within the universe. And I was revamping communities where I would go in and they would all attach their disgusting tentacle tendrils to me and rape me for months. And I would like be the world's punching bag. I would go through that horrible suffering and abuse, and I was alchemizing it at the highest level. I would make that fire from the pain that I was feeling from what they were doing. And I would just power through and persevere and grow from it like the acacia tree. You know what I'm saying? Leaf. I saw a leaf. I saw 2 leaves and a bug. Why are there bugs, man? Okay. What was I saying? Oh. I think I made some bad choices. I stayed too long with relationships that I knew were not good for me. I did not spend enough time, like I'm too selfless. I don't give myself the credit I deserve, I guess, is what I'm hearing, but I also don't, like, I'm focused on getting a better cabin tent, getting a cabin tent and then getting a tent stove and leveling up my life that way, but all I really think about is like, how would I build this public shower? How would I design this mural for the town? How do I bring more attention to Main Street so that I can make sure that it's fun and the food is better than everywhere else and the vibes are immaculate and it's generative instead of degenerative. So from the inside, I can sort of like the tree finally sprouts up from the ground and shoots into the heavens, and then everyone comes to fix themselves. And how do I do that in a way that gives me the most amount of money so that I'm able to do the things I want to do as a byproduct of saving this community? And where I'm starting is just completely selfless acts of service with no profit incentive. It's just starting to solve these small problems first. Because even though life is short, I feel like everyone that comes into our lives is there for a reason. And I meet some people going through some horrible shit. So I help them the best I can, and then I use my photographic memory and my grudge holding capabilities to keep it all latched on, like just another thing stuck on me. And I just hold it there, and that kind of adds to the conglomerate of things that I need to think about and things that need to be solved. And then it's like, sometimes I think that in spirit, in my interconnected network, when I hold on to these problems and I find a solution, even if I don't outright implement it in the physical world through my vessel, it sort of feels like just holding on to it spreads it like wildfire, and it ends up manifesting in the world anyway. Like the things that I create show up, whether I like it or not. And it's not, and I've had decades of training with this. I think with normal people, you know, like famous musicians say, it all comes from God. God, it just comes right to me and I make it. But with me, that's not the case at all. I don't get the thing that comes right from God sometimes, but very little. That sounds some nice. First one is pretty good. I was saying that usually it just, like, I remember when I was 8, maybe 8, probably 8, and I was at my dad's house, and it was the middle of the night, and I was laying alone on the couch. My dad was asleep, the dog was asleep, and I remember spaceships coming into my mind, no Diddy, and they were showing me guns and drones and these like really futuristic designs for weapons, and they were looking for my input so I would think about these things, like these kind of bare schematics. And because of my ability to sit alone on top of that mountain with an entire room full of Legos with like 10,000, maybe 3,000 to 5,000 to possibly $10,000 worth of Legos, and just building all day, I was able to like pick apart these drones and these weapons to their individual parts, and I was able to see how they all work together, like the spring loader in it, the bolts that were holding the gun together itself, the trigger, I think it's like a plasma coil or something. There was this like, it looked like some type of light bulb that energy would go through, and it would take, the way it would like take in energy from the air, like the atmosphere, the ether, and then it would supercharge the bullet, and it would sort of like, there was a bunch of stuff it could do. Like it could literally, I felt like it had the potential to, like you fire the gun, and because it's wrapped up in this quantum energy used by an intelligence that's sentient, that understands like a supercomputer, that bullet could just disappear from our world, go into another plane of existence, carrying that energy of those molecules, and would be like a quick, dull smack to an entity on the other side. And I also had, like, I designed a bunch of these drones before anyone knew what drones were. Like, even the Flash hadn't even come out yet. Like, most kids, the first time they saw drones was in the Flash TV show, when the Cisco had his drones. Or like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I remember Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came out a couple months later, and they had drones. But I remember seeing drones for the first time in my mind, and sort of picking them apart and making them better. Like I would sit there all night and work on these drones in my mind, just because I had no challenges.
I had immense focus and discipline with creativity in spirit because I lived in isolation. So I would make these things, and then it felt like when I was done and whatever was satisfied with what I made, the ships would just lift back away from my mind and would disappear into like the dark waters of my consciousness. And that used to happen a lot. Now I understand that that's what living in the 8th house as a Sagittarius is. You're the gateway between the heavens and the underworld. Your roots and your branches go higher and lower than everyone else on the zodiac. But where you live and where you work is what house that Sagittarius sun is in. So my Sagittarius sun is in the 8th house. So I live in the dark waters of shared resources, sex, dark taboo things, drugs. Sort of like when people on coke are chasing the dragon. I am the dragon, basically. Hey, you know, like I am like a powerhouse when it comes to that specific way of life. But when it comes to like, there are some things that obviously I'm like a retard when I try to do. That I like, as a Cancer would be much better in this like certain type of position, like, or like a Leo at a gas station, way better than I would do at a gas station. I would get restless and antsy, and I would be fighting. I would be like the same thing I bitch about all the time, which is, why do I feel like I'm stuck in this interconnected web of constantly transferring energy? It's like, oh, I'm in 8th house, which deals with shared resources. You know? It's just part of why I'm here, man. It's just part of why I'm here, man. It's just a difficult thing I have to traverse. And I might fall here. I don't even know what this is. This could be like a ditch. So I'm trying to open up my channel. I really want to start doing actual readings for people. And I would do them live, like I've been doing. I'm like 140 watch hours away from a super chat. So that while we're live, you can just like send $5 and say, thanks for what you do. My birthday is this, and this. I pull up the computer. The money that I got from the super chat would go towards astrology, numerology, and Bazi websites. I just very quickly run your shit through, look up your name, meaning, and talk about it. And we could do like an actual reading. This tree is gonna fall, man. And my muck boots don't have a lot of traction. They're mainly just for... Okay. That's what I'm thinking about. There's a camper for free, completely gutted, ready to be turned into something cool. No leaks. And it's not very far away. Nobody comes back here except to do donuts. Why shouldn't I get it and drop it off here? It's for fucking free. If they want to take it from me, cool. It wasn't worth anything to me. But that way I have a storage place. I have a place to put my trash bags with my garbage in it. I can start because 2020, I don't know if you guys really... Time is moving really fast. 2026 is right here. It's less than 2 weeks away. I was supposed to be buff. I was supposed to have a studio. I was supposed to have a fiddle and a violin and a microphone and my guitars. I was supposed to be free from these toxic relationships. And I don't get it. I don't get why everyone in my life is a toxic energy vampire. Hell-bent on destroying me. No matter what I do. If I have a dream, best believe the only people in my life and anyone that I find in my day-to-day is just like a demonic vacuum trying to destroy it and hold power over me. No matter how friendly they are or how much they help me, it's at a cost. They all joke about how I need to sit, like they will just, it's like they're dead. It's like they're spiritually dead and they've been replaced by the Antichrist. That's the best way I can put it. It's that there's an obvious agenda to attack me, no matter what I do in my life or where I go in my life. Something is trying to keep me from personal sovereignty, independence, and just being chill. Something is trying to keep me from peace. And it's got pretty much everybody. At this point, there's not anyone that I think isn't affected by it. I hate crows. Huh? I hate crows. There's a fucking grasshopper just flying around right in front of me, left to right, when I was like, let's fight back against the crows. A fucking grasshopper jumped out of the snow. Why? Is that an alien? And now the birds are chirping and getting closer, calling to me directly. And now there's little bugs going around my head. And now I'm seeing the little bugs just landed on my head, and they showed me how the Romans would have this leaf, you know, the branch with the leaves that go up, and that's what the crown they would wear. Usually they're forcing a war bonnet on my head. It's never really been a Roman emperor regalia or whatever. But the birds are here. There's the crow. You saw me make a twitch when I rose my vibration, and now you can hear the crow in the distance. And then I did it again, just trying to hold my power back, just trying to keep my personal sovereignty so I can think. And they're mad. It triggered an alarm, and now they're going, ah, 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 ah. They're trying to rally other crows to me to destroy me again. And then they destroy me, and I'm like, I was raped. I was raped. And then nobody says anything. Everyone in my day-to-day just blatantly ignores it. I'm like, there's a spiritual force that rapes me every day. I get literally raped. I feel it. I feel it every single day for years. And I just say that to people, and they don't respond at all. They actually get more aggressive to me. They get more physically dominant. They get more they get more in my space after I say it. I told my boss I had rape trauma from my past. And then he started invading my personal space, pointing and telling me what to do. Aggressively. And when I would fight back, he would grab it, and he'd go right for the cigarette. And you're trying to tell me that's not the Antichrist. You're trying to tell me that ain't the Antichrist, man? Ain't no way. I am an ancient Egyptian, man. Go look at pictures of hieroglyphs, man. That's what my eyes are, man. I was like, my eyes don't really look Irish. They don't really look native. They don't really look Asian. It's weird. But then I looked at hieroglyphs, and I was like, oh, shit. I've got eyes of Horus. Okay. That makes sense. I'm from an indigenous tribe that was super advanced, and were the remnants of what they left behind. after they built the pyramids. And they probably just went to space with AI. And we're the people that they left behind. And probably sometimes it really does feel, especially when I have to, I grew up in a refrigerator box. I would often just hide in my blankets all day, just put the blanket over my head. And in my adult life, now I have to because it's cold or it's dangerous, and it's the only way I feel safe again after the trauma is being completely covered by this fabric. And when I'm laying there like this with my phone, literally, I feel like I communicate with fucking pharaohs in spirit. I feel like I am one somewhere, and this is just like a video game. Oh man, is that an inbred retard? Hate to break it to you, buddy, but you're gone. What was I saying? Oh, before an obvious intruder, I was trying to drop some real shit, which is that the Irish, most cultures other than whites, had no differentiation between consciousness and spirit and lived in a very complex, really complex spiritual war. What they did to white people is they raised them as cattle, so they disassociated them from those genetics. They took it away from them through 2,000 years of breeding them like cattle under the Black Star, or the cube inside the Star of David, or Mecca, or the Christian cross folded up into a cube. Who is suddenly messaging me? I never get any messages. So, when you realize that your blood is the funnel from the infinite and it's how you experience everything, you don't breathe through your lungs, you breathe through your blood, which takes in oxygen from your lungs. And you realize that the trees have blood, and the animals have blood, and the insects have blood. When you kill them, they have this ooze that comes out of them. And then you realize that the same thing that makes up your blood is just on the ground right here. Look at all this stuff that information passes through. It's just where your consciousness is placed, your blueprint, your Call of Duty presets. So I'm a Sagittarius sun in the 4th house, or in the 8th house, and I'm a Taurus in the 1st house. Some of you might be a 4th house is Gemini, right? Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. So one of you must be a Gemini, I guess, or you have a 4th house placement. For it to be that significant, like it just interrupted my speech, that's who it's meant for. I guarantee if there's a hater, go check it out. You're a significant 4th house placement. Look at how nice this looks. Hold on. What people say about Vermont, and the thing that makes it part of what makes it so special, that better not be a fucking crow up there. Fuck you. Is that in most other places in America, like if you go south, there's no evergreen trees, there's no fir trees. But if you go west, it's only fir trees. So New England has this really beautiful thing that I've been taking for granted, which is that when you go through the woods, there's this huge mosaic of like collective species. Like that's 2 different types of birch trees right there, plus an evergreen tree or a fir tree, whatever that is. It's the pine needle tree. And there's a completely different breed of pine needle tree right there. Completely different. And I'm in a pricker field that has been touched in so long that the fucking prickers from this pricker field have grown into a giant fucking tree. This is a pricker tree from these little pricker bushes that usually get trampled by the winters and kind of left. But because nobody's been out here in so long, look at how big this pricker has gotten. And then look at all the different species of trees. So it adds to like this really diverse flavor of the atmosphere when you go in. The energy is really different. And I really like that a lot. Do I want to go to the store? I don't think so. Do I even want to work on any of this? I don't really think so. At some point, I'm going to let it... There's that sound again. There's an animal that lives there. Oh, it's a squirrel. It's just a very large squirrel. It's a big-ass fucking gray squirrel. But at some point, I'm going to need to take a shovel. And I'm going to need to get all my shit that got covered in the snowstorm. Yeah, the pharaoh basically... It looks like it's just an empty portal through the pharaoh's bones. The pharaoh that usually would sit there is gone in another realm. But the chamber was made for... as a portal through his vessel left behind mummified, can still work as a signal for his consciousness that's transcended out to operate in this realm. And I feel like they communicate with me in spirit at night. And they also are trying to show me that probably I was one, and that's why I'm a 33 life path. Like Ralph Smart is born March 3rd, and he's a 33, and he says that he was a pharaoh in a past life that he uncovered through a lot of spiritual journey stuff. It's kind of making more sense that I'm slowly finding out that I'm an ancient Egyptian. And that ancient Egypt was probably in the Americas, around where Appalachia is. Like north of West Virginia, past Pennsylvania, sort of the Adirondacks into the Green Mountains. And then kind of spread a bit further out into like Ohio and northern New York and the Plains tribes. That's what I'm thinking. That's why the culture is still there. You can find hieroglyphs of people doing Native American ceremonies and pyramids in Egypt. That's what I'm thinking. Also, where my mom said my grandfather said that we are from, lines up with Cree, the Cree people. It's Inuit, then Cree, then Mohawk, then Seneca. That's sort of the trajectory of that specific side of my bloodline. And then my other family came from Ireland on my dad's side. But he has African blood. O positive blood, which is native to America. O blood is Native American. That's why a lot of black people have O positive blood. They say it's the blood of the gods, but it's also the most common blood type in America. 6. I have to put you in my pocket so I can fix this. I feel good. Na, 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 na. I'm feeling a bit more normal, chat. Not really much mental illness going on here, huh? It's almost like it's not schizophrenia, it's just trauma. I feel good. Na, 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 na. I feel a bit peckish. I think I need some snacks. I'm looking for some snacks. Have you seen any snacks? I'm from Pleroma. Hello, I'm from Pleroma. And I'm just going to throw my trash right outside here. Because no one will help me build a wagon. I keep saying, please, I have this great idea for a wagon. It would solve all of our problems. I'm trying to save the homeless community. And they're like, completely dead silent. And I'm like, wow, you must want this, huh? Because this is the only alternative. It's either listen to Casey's ideas or this is the only thing we can do. Because thank capitalism that this sort of becomes the only option. Without a designated trash can that you can carry around and bring to dumpsters. But they don't let us use the dumpsters. There's no publicly accessible dumpsters for people that don't own the property. They lock all the dumpsters. So, where do you expect us to put our shit, man? It's all a big thing to charge us extra and ruin our lives further, to force us to enslave ourselves in a contract with the United States government. And that's a true fact. Get nailed. But the plan is that I'm going to take a shovel and I'm going to clear out this whole acre. Find all of my things. Once I get this new tent, use this tent as a storage unit. See, look, the prebiotic sodas, they go, for some reason, something happens to them and they get like this until they fucking explode. For some reason. I'm cleaning. Gonna have a good time. Get nailed. I found my nails again. Snow. Please be more no, empty bag. I'm out of chips, man. But I got some pulled pork. I got some pulled fucking pork. I got a whole box of fucking pulled pork. Because I went to my hometown and got some Vermont Country Deli, which is the best in the state. The people there really suck. See, look, that popped. Now it's mouse food. Now little mice will chew on it, and the bacteria will eventually support the ecosystem. And then when the snow melts, I'll just come back with a poker, and I'll clean up all the trash that's left behind because I love nature. You don't have to mandate me to clean up fucking trash. Actually, the best thing you can do is leave me the fuck alone. Because if you start telling me what to do, I'm not gonna do it. Fuck you. I'm from Pleroma. Blazing Buffalo Ranch. Thank God I had some snacks. Oh shit. Nope. Empty cigarettes. Not from Pleroma at all, chat. Not very Pleroma of it, is it? Not very Abraxas, is it? Speaking of Abraxas, Cassie and Maggie. They're pretty cool people. They listen to me play my song. Oh shit, is this not melted? No, it is frozen actually. It is not melted. He who smelted, melted. Melvin? Kelvin? How many degrees, Kelvin? Masters. Okay. Well, I'm glad I have a bag of snacks. That makes me feel muy bueno, actually. And I have my toothpaste, so now I can talk to pretty girls at some point. I wish that I had come prepared for the Scorpio moon, because everybody out there is trying to get their freak on right now. I'm kind of happy I'm not out there. Oh shit, I left my fucking heated blanket on. No. I just left it on, man. I've been out there for like 40 minutes. Okay, that's a good opportunity, actually. Get in. Get in quick. Holy shit. Is it warm? Yeah, it is actually very nice in here. But I should have put my... Okay. Yeah, that's not great. It was like 70%. It went down 15. I've only got 5 hours left. But that warmth will last. The heat doesn't really have a place to go. I think I'm just going to leave that door open. Because I'm not getting back up and letting this heat out. Are you crazy? You must think I'm not from Pleroma. Because actually I am from Pleroma. You must be not from Pleroma to think that I'm not from Pleroma. Okay. I'm going to have some chips. Right.